your superpower of being different, of being unique in the world. Do you recognize this? That every time when you attract a little bit more attention because you make different choices, or you live in a different way, or you vibrate a different energy, that there is a part coming up that wants to hide, that wants to become invisible again and just blend in with the crowd, to not be seen. And how I come up with this episode now is because I found myself facing these feelings. And since I'm in Ecuador or in the south of America, I'm actually really connecting a lot with this part, because the fact is that I am different here, if I like it or not. I have a different hair color. I have a different way of talking. I have a different way of being, of moving, how my body is built. And I really found myself that a part of when I was younger comes up a lot. That I learned that being different or being unique wasn't safe. And I learned already from a young age that this is actually safer if I'm just trying to blend in and trying to, be the same as the rest. Do you recognize this too? And I think this is definitely a part of being a light worker, being here, being this sensitive being that is coming into your family to kind of push all the buttons, to be different, to show a different way, and to invite the people around you to create different ways. But of course, to come into this world as this cute little baby and then suddenly find yourself pushing all the buttons from all the people around you, and then all the people around you sometimes expressing their own emotions and their own incapability of opening some doors or growing, maybe in that moment, but later in life, because you with your vibration definitely started something. How does that feel if I share this? But I find myself, that this part comes up. And I mean, we are all so different and we all have our unique expressions, but we just learned to close it off and to kind of pretend like we're all the same. That's the society, that's how you get taught, even in our schools, in the system. The uniqueness is kind of slapped out of you from a young age, because there is no room for that. It's easier when everyone is just the same and behaving, then it's easier to control the crowd. But it's so important now that we break out of that and that we embrace our uniqueness, your unique colors, that you embrace this again. And I'm also talking to myself, because I know, especially here, in this different country, I find myself a lot of being intimidated by this fact, instead of really embracing this, yes, I am different. Yes, I'm born in the Netherlands. Yes, I have a totally different life experience that I came here to have, because you and I have a special role here in life, and everyone has this in their unique ways. And to really, really embrace this for yourself, it will also help to really embrace this for everyone around you, and to kind of stop being divided and stop this way of separation and judgment and Because the beautiful thing is that I bumped into a man. I had a different idea about this day today. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go here, walking there, go to this place here. But then my body was just bringing me somewhere else and start walking into town. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna follow. And then I bumped into a man from Belgium and I could speak Dutch with him. And I know, I can see that he has quite an interesting life and also quite a rough life the last years, or maybe his whole life, I don't know. But and I found myself that these judgments were coming up as well, like he's not taking care of him so well, he's smoking, so a part of me wanted to close the door. But still, I stop and I sit in front of him and I start this conversation, and then he was sharing about his life story suddenly, and that really touched me. Like, he lost a child, and that was almost 1 year old only. And I could suddenly just get a bigger picture of, wow, why he is probably where he is now in his life, and I could feel so much compassion, and you know, that it means a lot for people that we open our hearts and like allow ourselves to share some energy with someone just by being present. But I could witness all of these parts within, and I could also see that he was reflecting a part within myself from when I was traveling, and also feeling kind of lost because I lost myself, you know, trying to fit in the world many times in my life, and deeper. And yeah, I also started traveling and going to other countries to kind of give myself the chance to find myself back again. But it was also connected with not feeling completely welcome in my country and in the way that I am different. And I had to kind of get distance to create distance to connect again with me, and to start finding the beauty within. So it is really beautiful, but I can see that these different parts are connected with that, like kind of running away, but actually also running towards myself. So it has like both layers. And then for me, I at one point felt, okay, now it's time to go back to the Netherlands, because if I'm now continuing as it doesn't feel good anymore, then I'm really running away, and then it's really from fear. So I became aware of that, like, okay, I have to face again myself in the place where I grew up, in the Netherlands with my family, and really integrate everything that I learned about myself. And of course, among the travelers, we bump into many people that are kind of lost, and that's okay too. You know, that's their life's journey, and who don't find the strength, you know, to at one point go back. But also, who am I to have an opinion about that his life should be in a certain way, right? Because that would be better. Because I also could see now from my open heart, and just by being present, listening to his story, he brought me to the place where he's living now, and he started living at this abundant land that used to be a botanical garden, or like a community garden, and there were like 3 buildings on top of this land and that were empty. And he was living there without electricity, without like all of this. And I know, because I've been there in my life, that I needed this part to experience that, I actually don't really need so much, and you know, I can just be in nature. But it's also it was also a period in my life that I wasn't connected with the most self-love and the most I noticed in these parts in my life I also became more separate from the world around me, right? So it's like, but I needed to experience this, to sleep in the forest, to live without money, to have all of these experiences, and that's beautiful. but also then come back again. But that's part of my life's path, and now he's finding himself in like experiencing this, like living on a land that it's not really welcome. The community here of the people who live in the village, you know, they're like not happy with his presence, and they try to get him away. But he has good intentions. You know, he really feels this land is so beautiful, and he's also just searching to find his place in the world and to build something for himself. And then to hear where he came from, that he was married in Belgium, he had his house, he was a really great artist and still is. But yeah, then his life started changing and he started finding himself, in a different place. But I could also see he's this big channel, you know, like really receiving so many messages and so open with source, but then, finding his way how to integrate this. But in his way, he is integrating this because I really could see that by just really doing what he feels now and like, okay, I want to live on this land, and even that he's touching the world around him because he is different. He's doing things that people here are not used to. Because no one is just coming, and especially someone like a Gringo, they call us, people from different countries. Actually, Gringo is someone from the US, but they, of course, say that to all the people that are not Ecuadorian. And this gives me a nasty feeling, but sometimes. But to really embrace, okay, I'm a Gringo. If you want me to be a Gringo, I can be a Gringo. But then this man comes, and of course, he's touching a lot in the whole community here by just doing this. And I also see that, and he's just working on the land, and it was abundant, and he cleaned it all. And now the community, the people in the village, they start, working again in the garden. So... and kind of start claiming this again, and they now approve that he could live in this like little shelter. He wasn't allowed to stay in one of the houses, but he can stay in this little shelter, and it's like just this roof, and But I can see from a higher perspective that, of course, his soul really is experiencing this, and he is bringing change here in the community. Oh, I was like, what is happening? There are things happening with my phone, but the battery is almost dead. So, to really, really see this with love and gratitude for him walking his path. And I think this is a beautiful message that I felt like sharing, to create more compassion within ourselves for our own parts, that just want to do these things differently and really allow ourselves that it is okay that we touch the world around us. And also me walking here barefoot, and then with my instrument. And I know I attract a lot of attention, but to really own this. And also to, open our hearts and be compassionate for people who have like all their different life experiences, no matter what it is. And to really, really try to find this understanding within ourselves and the bigger view, the bigger picture. I think that's so important in this time now, that we really come together and we really, really stop with this separation that we create within our own hearts, So how is this resonating with you when you hear this? And I love to hear if you also feel that, you just want to open your heart more and more. And this is the most important thing. That's what we came here to do. That's what you came here to do, to bring your unique colors and to bring compassion in the world, because that's what's lacking, for a long time. Stop judging about anyone's path, even that you cannot resonate with that, or that's okay. That's why it's not your path. That's why I have my path and he has his path and you have your path. So thank you for being here, for having your heart open, and allowing ourselves to truly connect again. And to walk through life with pride and sharing our colors. And wow. That's it. Sending you so much love and gratitude. Mwah.